Hey folks, and welcome to another installment of Dave's Impressions. This time around, Hollow Knight. These impressions were taken from playing the game for around 3 hours. Enjoy! It's difficult to play Hollow Knight and not see the DNA of the games that influenced it. For me, the most obvious are Dark Souls and Super Metroid. Metroid for its branching pathways, secrets, and upgrades that make other areas accessible, and Dark Souls for its mood and recovering resources after death. Also the healing system, although there is a key difference and I'll address that a little later. There are also badges that you can equip in limited slots that give you abilities. I think this idea is from the Mario RPG games, but I cannot remember. If you know what game this concept comes from, I'd love to hear about it. While Hollow Knight is definitely influenced by these games, it's a lot more generous. I think of it almost as a gateway game. Despite the somber tone, the character designs are cute, and the locations combined with the music and sound design create an often breathtaking beauty. I constantly murmured to myself while playing how gorgeous the game was. The reason I call it a gateway game, aside from its inviting art and sound design, is that it seems a lot more forgiving to its players than either Dark Souls or Super Metroid. There are difficulty spikes, but I was never stumped for long and I kept wanting to continue. There's also a joy of exploration found here that I rarely find in other games. I think part of this joy of exploration has to do with how the maps work. Each new area has a map maker that you have to find. He sells you an incomplete map of the area, and unless you equip a certain badge, your location is not present on it. You can also buy extra info that appears on the map when you visit the town, but even with this upgraded map, only the most important parts of a new area are shown. This creates a huge amount of tension in a new area while you're exploring. Not only to find the map maker, but to find a bench to rest at to save your progress, because if you die, you'll be thrown back to the last bench you sat upon, and that might have been a while back. One frustration I did have is sometimes not knowing where to go next after completing an area. I did eventually realize that the first section of the map acts as a sort of hub and that all future areas will likely branch off of it, but in my last play session there was a lot of wandering around aimlessly. I'm wondering if getting lost is a criticism or if that is linked to why I'm finding the exploration so engaging and ultimately rewarding. In combat, for instance, difficulty can often be gauged by how often you die at a boss or particularly difficult enemy encounter, such as these two Elder Balders, but where does that line sit in navigating a game's world? Finally, I want to talk about the health and damage system. You're given 5 lives, I guess they can be called. Most lower level enemies will hit you for 1 life, and you can regenerate a life with your soul energy. Your energy is used for magic as well and is acquired through enemy defeat, so with healing taking some time and this resource, it creates some enjoyably tense moments, especially in boss fights. I have no idea how this system will change throughout the game. I kinda hope it doesn't, because it means that the player needs to continually grow against the game's increasing challenges rather than just the player character. I'm thinking this might be the case because I came across a badge seller who has a badge that will increase your health, but we'll see. And yes, with how positive I've been here and my speculation about how the game changes as it goes on, I will be completing this one for a critique. I have a bit of a backlog with critique games, but I'm shifting my focus to try and get these videos finished as quickly as I can. I'm writing the script for the first of 3 at the moment, and I'm aiming to get them all finished during the month of August. So look forward to a Hollow Knight critique sometime in the next couple of months, hopefully. And if you're a fan of Metroid or exploration in games, I highly recommend checking out Hollow Knight. Thanks for watching.